Today we talk to a visiting Maharaj. We find out how one parent is reacting to the new Adekhe project to help kids walk to school. We welcome an award-winning pastry chef Helen Vass into studio, and Janet Anscombe will talk us through the news highlights of the week. But first, a quick look at local and international news. This week, the Adekhe Mayor José Miguel Rodríguez Fraga and the Educational Councillor Adolfo Alonso Ferreira presented the Walk to School project to press and public. The idea is that the safety of students walking to school is the concern of the community, and that children can also learn to walk to school themselves, increasing their self-esteem as well as supporting healthier habits. The plan will see the introduction of meeting points where children are left with monitors who would be responsible for ensuring that students arrive to school, so parents will no longer have to worry about trying to park outside the school gates. This Saturday, September the 16th, the Swim for Life is taking place at T3 Tenerife Top Training. This is the fourth year the event is taking place as part of the overall Walk for Life movement, which has grown every year and now sees thousands of women and men taking part in the selection of breast cancer awareness raising activities. Participants in the Swim for Life must be over 14 years of age, and people will be asked for a donation of €10 to take part in the event. Full registration details on www.carreraporlavida.com. Earlier this week, the Adekhe Mayor, José Miguel Rodríguez Fraga, signed an agreement with the Cruz Roja that will see both bodies working to improve the conditions of those in Adekhe who are seen to be most at risk and socially vulnerable. The overall aim of the project, under the title Adekhe Diversifica y Emplea, or Adekhe Diversification and Employment, is to help identify and assist those who the economic recovery may have left behind and are at risk of social exclusion. Canarian Weekly reports that the local Arona police has increased its English time. It's 1:10. Just to remind you, you can also download the programme on ivox.com. Now, I am honoured to be joined in the studio by a very special guest indeed, and I hope I get his title right. This is Swami Maharaj,
yes,
who is here from Calcutta in India, and he's here for a conference which is taking place, or for an event taking place in Arona later on this week, and we'll talk about that in a second. Can you just explain to me and to our listeners as what a Swami is?
Swami means...
Yes, thank you, Swami.
Swami means controller.
So, so you're within the religion?
And the word is, they're called Goswami, full word. Go means senses. So one who has control over his senses. In other words, the urges, attraction towards other sense objects, and he's called Swami, and he comes to the transcendental plane.
So you control your senses to move beyond the corporal plane?
That's right.
And this must take years and years of learning?
Yeah, it requires practice in a particular atmosphere.
Right. Now,
surrounding.
I'm not going to pretend that I know a lot about the world's religions, but you're a master of the Hare Krishna religion, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself and about the Hare Krishna religion and what it represents?
No. I am a student of the follower of the Hare Krishna faith, and Hare Krishna is the God consciousness, trying to educate people how to become God conscious. Mm-hmm. Ultimately, mature when you become, how to love God.
So it's that simple?
Very simple. And they say every faith, these things are there teaching, but actually they are not loving God. They are following some rules and regulations.
They pretend to love God by their words, but not by their deeds, perhaps.
Yeah, that's right. You can say.
When I grew up in Dublin, Swami, I'm from Ireland, and when I was growing up, there were Hare Krishna's disciple on the street.
Yeah.
And we just knew them as the people with the long robes who had the small bells in their fingers, but we didn't know anything else, and we found it all very strange.
Yeah.
Today, do you find that people are more open to learn about different beliefs and religions?
Yes, but the thing is, only difference is the faith you can change from one faith, from Islamic to Buddhist to Christian, and this we don't consider this as just a faith.
So it's more than just a religion that you go to a temple once a week?
Yeah, it means it is eternal. That means everybody has got love for God.
And can we call God by different names?
Yeah, that's right. Just like a child call out his dad and mom, and dad and mom understand, he's not pretending, it's not just artificial, something officially saying. He's got some saturated with some love.
So
they can understand.
There's a deeper connection.
Yeah, then and naturally it gets connected.
Okay.
And they respond. As he said in Bible, you ask, you get the respond.
So it's about that, looking for a response in your life then, is it?
Yes, yes.
And do you, Swami, have you a personal mission then? I mean, I don't know if within the Hare Krishna religion, you as a Swami, as a Maharaj, do you have a personal search? You're traveling a lot. What is your own personal mission within this?
My personal mission is the mission of my Guru. That means tell others that it is very easy to love God, provided they follow this route shown by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. 500 years ago, he told every town and every village, people will be chanting the holy name of God, and those who are sincere, very, very sincere and serious, and he will respond, provided he lives a life to the mode of goodness.
So it's the sincerity, and it's the living of the moral goodness, not just talking about it. Now, as I say, you've travelled all over the world, and before you also mentioned other religions. Do you get very depressed when you travel all over the world, when you see people using religion as a tool of war? Is that a sad thing? I mean, it must be something.
It's the negative side. The best thing is tell them something bright side. Tell them something bright side. What you are talking is the negative side. You know, if you have got a higher taste, then you'll give up that.
But I mean, it seems to be today in the world we live in. We see it in the United States, where people are using religion to discriminate, and obviously we're seeing it in the deaths and killings that are taking place in Syria and other parts of the world. Do we need to do more to actually say to people religion cannot be used as a weapon of war? Is there something that we can do to say to people religion isn't about killing, it's about love?
Well, that is why we are presenting our one. Real religion means to love God. So if you love God, you love all His children, that means all living entities. So why this violence will come?
No matter what religion we come from, whether we're born into Muslim or into Catholic or into whatever faith, that basically love of God should be the basic tenet of what we do.
That is the most important thing. If you love God, you love His children.
Okay, and as you say, to your religion and to everyone, as you see, religion shouldn't just be something you practice when you go to the temple. So if you practice it every second of every day of your life, that love of God should be there the whole time.
Yeah. That means life should be molded in such a way that you always remember God. If you love Him, you remember Him.
And would you feel that you really need to show by example then?
Well, it is necessary. That is why Hare Krishna movement, that is why Prabhupada started this thing. Though many belong to different other faith, now they didn't used to go to their place of worship, but they are coming here. Why? They are getting a test, real test.
It's a test.
Yes.
Getting happy and blissful.
Becoming free from tension and anxiety, become peaceful ultimately, become joyful.
So if you're at peace within yourself, you can then be at peace with other people. And is this what you will be talking about in Los Cristianos this weekend?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Patitas is with us as well. Patitas Pavani. Tell us a little bit more about what's happening on Sunday.
Yes.
Between religions.
Of course.
Yes, there is no ultimate barrier. If you see it in this way, that there is one supreme father, everybody. Thus we become brothers, sisters, and it's one family.
That's one family. So if people want to come, do they need to book to come along to this event on Sunday, or are you expecting a lot of people?
Yeah, we hope there is place for everyone. In the auditorium we have 700 seats.
Okay, so it's a sit-down event?
Yeah, sit-down event. It's open, it's free. We are welcoming people from all the different backgrounds, Indian, local, Spanish, even some tourists. We put propaganda all around the tourist area also.